And we're going to continue with Please Don't Shoot from My War with the United States. Private Bemelmans is describing the camp and the people there, and we'll continue. We have a glee club, and there are dances. Beardsley and I do not go out much, but there is one from New York, a very tall man, in fact the tallest of all the men, who takes leaves over the weekend and says he goes to New York. He keeps to himself, has a silver hairbrush, and says he is in society. He is an architect, but Beardsley, who knows New York and society, says that he is not in the register, but that he thinks he has seen him at some parties where everyone can get in. Beardsley has found a fine way to fool the officers. At inspection, they look at the bed to see if the linen is clean. We have to wash it ourselves, and that is a lot of unpleasant work. So he has told me how one keeps one sheet clean by putting it in paper and carefully away on Saturday. Then we take the usual sheets and pillowcase off, and we take the clean sheet out of the paper and fold it so that a quarter of it covers the top of the mattress. Then it is turned back, comes up over the blanket as if it were the second sheet, and then the end is tucked around the pillows so the bed looks snow white and passes. After inspection, the white sheet is carefully folded up again and put back into the locker for next Saturday, and the old sheets are used during the week. We are now on the roster for kitchen police, and this is a miserable job, particularly as the cook, his name is Lichten, burns the beans to the bottom of 2 square tin tubs, which are as deep as an ash can. When we have washed them, we have to go with head and shoulders to the bottom of these receptacles, and with a teaspoon to scrape the black crust from the bottom. The water is greasy and not hot, and it is a filthy job. The nurses that came up from New York are not what we thought they would be. The one at the head of them is a crude person with a revolting fat body and a face of a streetcar conductor. She also has a stupid walk and a common voice. She teaches us how to make beds, take temperatures, and change the linen of patients in beds without moving them. All the men detest to be taught this by women, and much more so when she does it. They are very clumsy at it and cannot make the neat corners that seem so simple to women. But because they know this, they make us feel silly. There is only one. She is young and live and has lovely black hair. On Saturday afternoon, they all sit down at the edge of the parade ground and look out over Lake Ontario. From far away, they look like gulls at rest in their white dresses. I want to show them that we can do some things they can't do, and also impress the little nurse. And I have arranged to get a horse from the livery stable down close to where they sit in a wide ditch, and I will ride up, gallop, and jump that ditch. The horse I got is seemingly good enough to do that. I rode along and let him out when he came to the ditch. He stopped so suddenly that I was thrown over his head, taking the bridle with me. It came off, and the horse ran back, jumping over 2 of the major's children who were playing in front of the officers' row. Then he ran down to where our mules eat grass, and the quartermaster helped me get him. Next day there was a note on the bulletin board saying, "Privates will not ride in front of the officers' row," and it was signed by the colonel. And that's the end of Please Don't Shoot.